a while since I made a makeup review video, but here we are today to review the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. So let's just get right into this. Now I have a few other of the smaller Natasha Denona 5-pan palettes and I love them. So when this came out, I hurried up and scarfed it up. And this is what she looks like out of the box. Very pretty. It just says the names of them on the back. So let's go ahead and swatch them. Okay, so this is what we're working with. And the first one is Faye. Ooh, nice, pretty gold color. The khaki color is Seed. And I really like Natasha Denona's formula. There we go. Fenty just came out with some little palettes. I know Juvia's Place came out with a couple. But I grabbed this one because I know I like the Natasha Denona formula. Anho is the deepest shimmer in the palette. And this little palette, I'm going to say, pulls more cool tone than her other ones. Okay, and then just the matte brown color, get the name of it, Harlow. Very nice. And the lightest shimmer is Golden Flesh. Ooh, and it's the softest too. Okay. All right, so there is this palette. I'm gonna shut it. So we have the Mini Glam. Now the other one that I just bought a few months ago is the Mini Gold palette, which has the greens in it. Let's try not to blind you. But this has a lot more of those murky, mossy green colors. Really, there wasn't any colors that I thought were similar in these palettes at all. Even this transition shade or khaki color was a bit different. It's a bit darker than the one in here. I mean, it's the closest, but it's still darker. And then the other one I have is one of the larger ones. It's the Camel Palette. The Camel Palette, which I love. This is my favorite palette. I mean, I use this all the time. If I had, I mean, I would still repurchase this, but these two colors here are pretty similar. And this gold color here doesn't work that well for me. But I don't wear this color gold a whole lot, so it doesn't really matter to me. So basically you get two transition shades. And this is like a satin color. It's really pretty. And then this dark brown color is really nice. But let's do some swatches to compare these two, because I don't think this is enough like the Mini Gold. Sorry, I don't think this is enough like the Mini Gold to even compare. So let's swatch some of these on my arm. So here we go. Let's do the matte brown in this palette. Well, it's not even swatching that well on my arm, but it's a lot. It's a little warmer of a brown than this. This is a very cool tone brown. Let's do maybe one of these transition shades, which are both about the same, but. And this is the transition shade we're trying to compare. So yeah, actually that looks pretty similar. Pretty similar. And now this creamy satin, which isn't like anything in that palette. I don't even know if it's going to show up on my white paleness here. Yeah. And then this gold is pretty deep. Let's see if I can even get it to come off. I don't know. It was kind of a dud in this palette, this gold. But like I said, I don't use it that much anyway. So it's kind of similar to this top one. Which is weird because if you put them side by side, they don't look anything like. So that's, let's put them up like this. So if I go like this, it's this color here compared to that color down there. those actually look pretty similar on my arm, which would lead me to believe that on the eye, they would also be similar. So maybe if you have this, you may not want this, but this is a little more cool. That brown's a lot cooler. And then you have some lighter shimmers, which I was mostly interested in. So let me get into this eye look so you can see how they apply on the eye. Okay, so what are my overall thoughts of this little guy here? I really like it, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be enough different from my beloved Camel palette to make a difference. And I think it is. For one thing, it's smaller, so if I have to take something somewhere, I'm going to grab for this one. At first, though, I wasn't sure if I was having some problems on this eye with this dark matte. It wasn't sticking to this corner right here. And it didn't do the same on this eye, so I'm thinking maybe I just had a patch that I didn't have my eye primer on very well, and I used the Ulta matte eye primer for this look. But maybe I just didn't have eye primer on that little spot. But yeah, I had a little bit of an issue right here, but on this eye, I had no issues. These all blended very nicely. It was the same quality as I'm used to in the smaller palettes. Like I said, I don't own any of the larger palettes. I don't have that much money to spend on a palette, for one. But I don't like large palettes. They're kind of overwhelming and they're hard to store. So I can't say that's what the quality to these are like. But so far, the three I've gotten, which have been all in the past year and a half, they have all been really good quality. So yeah, I recommend this. And if you missed out on this one, and there was also a mini nude, which I think was a more rosy toned, which I didn't get because I'm not really into pinks, but it was more rosy nude. But yeah, if you missed out on this one, I would say go and get this one for sure. It's $25. I know there's a few brands that came out with something along the lines of this color scheme. Like I said, I know Fenty came out with one. Juvia's Place has one. ColourPop has that Going Coconuts that I almost bought. But let's be truthful, even though the ColourPop one is cheap, you're going to spend more on ColourPop's website to get that shipped to you, so you might as well just go ahead and get this one. But yeah, I think this is very nice. So far, so good. The way they applied was wonderful, and nothing is telling me that it's not going to last in the eyes just as long as this one. So yeah, I'm going to say this is another hit, and I look forward to you using this, which will probably be on New Year's Eve next. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like these kind of videos, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will have another makeup review coming soon for you. Bye, guys.